Welcome to our walkthrough of the aXcelerate Learner app. In this video, we will be showing all of the features in the app and walking through the work-based learning component of the learner experience. After your enrolment has been set up by your training provider, you will receive an email with a link to create your account. Click the link and follow the steps to add your personal details and create an account. After you set up your account and verify your login method, you'll be taken to your learner portal. If you are already a user, you can skip this process and go directly to download the app. The aXcelerate Learner app is available on iOS App Store and Google Play Store. Once you have downloaded the app, you will need to log in using your account details. When you first log into the app, if you have multiple enrolments linked to your account, you will be prompted to select the course you are participating in work-based learning for. You can switch between courses by clicking on your profile icon to open the side menu and select alternate course enrolments. From the side menu, you are also able to access your profile, app settings, enable night mode, and log out of the app. After clicking on the profile option, you will be able to view your personal information and make changes by clicking on the edit icon in the top right corner. Enter any information as needed and then click Save. You can also access your profile from the Profile tab on your home screen. On the home screen, you will see your selected course as well as any other upcoming events you have scheduled. Events may include workshops or workplace visits with a host employer or organisation. Clicking on one of those events will show you more detailed view of those events. The Schedule tab at the bottom of the screen will give you a more detailed view of your schedule and let you view a wider range of events. By clicking on the main course card, you will see detailed information about your overall enrolment and progress, including your course dates and unit enrolments. Under the Announcements tab, you will see any other relevant messages made by your training organisation in relation to this course. Any associated workshops will be displayed under the Workshops tab and can be clicked on to show more information. The Resource tab will display downloadable content related to your enrolment, such as a student handbook or learning resources. Any assessments you are enrolled in will be available from the Assessments tab and can be launched by clicking on one that is available. You can also see results from completed assessments and view those that have been submitted and are waiting to be marked. All of the information related to the work-based learning component of your course is available from the Placements tab, accessible from the home screen. At the top of the screen, you will see the progress of your placements. This is determined by the amount of time recorded in your logbook entries compared to the required amount of time to be logged for the course. Time may be categorised as hours or days, depending on the requirements of your course. Hours will be determined by the amount of time recorded in logbook entries that have been approved, while days is determined by the amount of logbook entries that have been approved. The logbook entries will be the default tab selected and will list all of the logbook entries that you have made. Let's get started by clicking New Entry. Firstly, you will need to select the date that the entry applies to and to click OK. If there is a visit scheduled for that day you have selected, the time will be set up automatically. At the top of the screen, the date and time of the entry can be set. The total duration will be calculated by the start and end time but can be adjusted to account for breaks if necessary. Speak to your training provider about whether this applies to you. Below that, you can select the supervisor from your host employer that worked with you for that day. If you worked with multiple supervisors, just speak to your host employer and select one that best applies. After selecting a supervisor, you will need to record the activities that you worked on for the day. Activities are general tasks that you participated in during your time at the host employer. These are also mapped to units of competency within the qualification you're undertaking, which contributes to the completion of your course. You can search for particular activities, view recent or most frequently used ones. Activities are also grouped by type that you can jump to using the tabs at the top of the screen. Select each of the activities that you worked on, then click on the tray at the bottom of the screen and hit Done to confirm your selection. After that, you can attach evidence to your logbook entries. This can consist of images, videos or documents, pretty much whatever you can provide to demonstrate evidence of the activities you participated in. This also helps you to create a digital portfolio that can be used to exhibit your proficiencies and competencies in what you have learned. This will also help your supervisor and training provider to be able to verify the activities you have participated in. Then, there is an area to provide a reflection of your day. This is a free text field that you can use to describe what you specifically worked on and any other information you would like to include. At the bottom of the entry, you can provide a rating of how you're feeling about your time with the host employer. This rating is shown to your training provider, but not shown to the host employer. This feedback helps your training organisation to ensure host employers are giving a good experience to their learners. If you return to your logbook before submitting the entry, it will be saved as a draft state that can be submitted at a later date. Draft entries will not appear to your host employer, supervisor, or training provider. Once you're happy with your entry, click Submit and confirm your submission. After the entry has been submitted, you'll be taken back to your logbook, which will now have your new entry in the submitted status. Keep in mind that you won't be able to make changes to an entry once it has been submitted unless it is marked as needing review. Once an entry has been submitted, your supervisor and training provider will be able to review it and either approve it or set it as needs review. The time recorded in approved logbook entries will then count towards your course progress. If an entry is marked as needs review, you will be notified and can go and update the details of the entry as required. Ideally, the person who reviewed your entry would provide comments in the feedback section to inform what changes need to be made. Important information about your placement can be accessed under the Details tab of the main placement view. This includes the status and dates of the overall placement, as well as information about each host employer you'll be working with and your primary trainer. Going to the Contacts tab will show you a list of main contacts involved in your placement, which can each be clicked to view the contact details. Now that you're familiar with all of the aspects of the aXcelerate Learner app, you can begin using it throughout your work-based learning experience. It will become the go-to place for all information relating to your placement.